I'm wrong. Two words that are very hard to say for most people. And I should know I'm definitely one of those people. On this channel, I've been struggling to find out what to really do on here and how to get started. I've just known I've wanted to do something, especially for God. And I'm hoping you'll stick around and listen. This isn't a self-help video. This isn't a tutorial or anything on how to do better. It's just a rant from a guy struggling with things so that you don't feel alone. And just some Minecraft gameplay so that you don't get bored. And because so many people love Minecraft and I love Minecraft. But, so what am I wrong about? Lots of things. I'm wrong about lust. I'm wrong about women. I'm wrong about what I want most of the times. And the Lord humbles me in all these ways. In fact, a verse that has been on my mind recently, if I could find it real quick, is be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Proverbs 7, if you want to go look that up. In fact, that whole chapter, Proverbs 3:7. In fact, that whole chapter is pretty great. And so, yeah. I don't know. I've been struggling to find motivation for things. Motivation to work on my own business and to try to set up my own my own revenue so that I don't have to work full time. Not even work full time. I just don't like the idea of working for a company that could easily fire me and basically bettering something that's not bettering me. Now, of course, I'm learning useful skills. I'm an electrician after all, but you know, it's just not the same as like running your own business and thinking, hey, I can just take the day off today. You know, of course, it's not that easy. It's just there's very little clientele today, no orders that need to be done today. I can just chill. So I'm trying to set up all these things. I've got an Etsy shop selling cosplay templates. I'm trying to write music. I'm trying to do YouTube as well. And I don't know who will ever watch this video or if anything will actually take off, but I don't know. Maybe this will find an audience. Maybe not. Because I know there are so many other guys and I just love their YouTube videos of talking about things. Now theirs are, of course, a little more structured and a little more beneficial than mine, but I don't know. Some people like to listen to something in the background and maybe I can be that voice. Who knows? But I also am talking to just also be a common voice, be someone familiar, because I struggle a lot with my faith. Like, not that I don't believe in God, but following him is just so hard. And I just want people to understand that like being a Christian is not sunshine and rainbows at all. Anybody that makes it seem like that probably is not a real Christian. Like, I'm just saying. Now, that's not to say that it's constant suffering and misery the entire time, but there's so many struggles. You know, being judged by others, giving up your flesh and sins, whether it be lust, women, money, food. And I'm not saying to give it up, but I'm saying to just bring it to him and humble yourself and to take it captive. Because, like, I eat junk food, and I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. Like, I've eaten at Taco Bell multiple times, and I regret it. I shouldn't have eaten there. I felt like crap afterwards. From guilt and as well as physically. I mean, it's Taco Bell. It tastes good for like 5 seconds, maybe. Sometimes, I don't know. And then the rest of it's just, eh. So I try to find other good places to eat or just meal prep and take something good with me. And that's another thing. I haven't been working out like I want to. I'm not fat, but I'm not lean either. Like borderline, slightly below dad bod. I don't know. Not really, but I could be doing better. And that's why I'm making this, because I have nobody to vent to either, really. I'm quite lonely. Yes, I have my parents. Yes, I have my friends, but I don't have like a person. Everybody's got a person. Not everybody, but a lot of people have a person, whether it be their girlfriend, their wife, their dad, their grandpa. There's all these different things, and it just depends. Even a best friend, but I have a best friend, but I don't know. We don't really line up on everything when it comes to certain things. So here I am, making a video like this that'll hopefully reach others and I don't know, make you feel not so lonely. Like I'm super super friendly. Like I'm the guy that if you comment on this video, I'm gonna respond. Of course, as of now, if one day it's thousands and thousands, can't guarantee it. But as of now, while I'm small, definitely will. And that's not to say that if I get big, I won't try. I'll try, of course. But that's what I'm trying to work on. And man, like I've made videos like this before, and I'll repeat subjects at times too, because I I forget things sometimes. Like I'll do this funny thing with my friends where basically I'll tell them something big and awesome, like, oh, I just bought a new guitar, or oh, I just did something to my truck, and or I did all this and did that, and then they'll be like, yeah, you told me yesterday or 2 days ago, and I'll be like, ah, darn, I'm stupid. But I don't know. If anybody's still listening on this point, kudos to you. You apparently like listening to a 20-year-old guy rant about nonsense to Minecraft videos. I'm just trying to think of interesting stuff to talk about. Honestly, this feels pretty great. I haven't ranted in a while. This is for me, God, and you. But God first, of course. And now, of course, please don't take anything I say super seriously. Like, don't take me as your therapist. Don't take me as your counselor. I am not trying to be that. I'm just trying to, you know, be a testimony to God's will and my failures, and hopefully help you avoid the same failures, or how to learn from my failures and stuff like that. Like, heck, I guess I'll talk about, I have had a big problem with women recently. Like, I have not been doing a great job when it comes to women. I'm not saying, like, I've got no game. I've got some game, but that's not the point. The point is that I've been fickle and flaky, but talking to certain girls, accidentally getting their hopes up because I was like, I just want to see how it goes. I just want to see if there's something there. I do. They end up catching feelings for me. I end up not, and then I end up hurting them because I just wasn't in the right place to begin with. As well as then just sending inappropriate messages to the wrong kind of women, the women that are not on God's path that He wants for me. And I ended those, luckily, but not before making some mistakes. So please learn from that as well. As well as, man, it all kind of stems from something as well. It stems from my ex-girlfriend of high school. About a year or two ago is, man, when I broke up with her. That's crazy to think about. She and I had been together for a year and a half, and now it began really well. Kind of began like your typical high school romance. Two people fell in love, and we just had a great time together. We went on dates, but things just slowly fizzled out as we learned who the other was. Like, I learned I was a lot more free-spirited than her, and that she was controlling, and that ended up impacting things. But the biggest thing was that I fell harder for her than she did for me. I would do so much for her. She lived far away too, like 45 minutes away, which to me is kind of far. And that would make things harder. So anything she wanted to do was always usually so far. Theater and plays and events and parties and hangouts, all these things on her side, they were just so far away from me. But I'd make it to most of them. And then when I had something, she couldn't make it to mine as often. And at first it didn't bother me that much, but over time it started to get at me a little bit until finally I kind of went numb with it. That I stopped caring. That I was just like, well, you know what? I was like, screw her. It's like, if she really wanted to be here, she would be here. She would give up something and she'd come. So I would just pretend with her that it wasn't important anymore. And she caught on to this as well and knew that I was upset about it. As well as just things like that. I would give her random gifts. Not that anything was big, just little notes. And every time she went on a trip, like even if it was a week, I sent her a. No, no, no. It was every time I left for a trip. Yeah. Every time I left for a trip, I would leave a letter behind right before as I'm leaving. So that basically, while I was out of town, a cool little, surprise letter that she wasn't really expecting would show up in her mailbox and be like, how did he? And it just, just because I left it behind. And it would show up like 3 or 4 days while I was gone. So it's just a cool little thing. Sometimes there'd be a trinket, maybe. I can't remember. It was a while ago. But never once did she did it for me. Not that I think it's fair to expect things, but it's just I would do things like that, and not oftentimes they wouldn't get matched. And basically, after all this time of being with somebody who didn't want me the right way, it kind of broke me. Where basically after that, I kind of stopped believing in love and marriage. I mean, like, I believe in the sense of that's what God needs us to do, but part of me just, I stopped trying. Because I basically don't, like, oh, it's so hard to say, like, hard to say without it being, hard to say without it sounding wrong. That basically, part of me doesn't really believe I'm going to get married or find a person for me. That I'm going to die alone and never have anybody to carry on a legacy with or to have a romance with. Because it's not technically a guarantee. There are certain things that on God's will that are a guarantee that if you follow him, you'll have peace of mind and wisdom and happiness. Like, not eternal happiness, like when you go to heaven, of course, but not on this earth. That things are going to happen, it's going to suck. But like, I don't know, a wife is not one of them. They teach all these things about how to be a good husband and how to love your wife and stuff like that, but I don't know. Paul wasn't married, I don't think. He said it was too hard. And I don't know why I want to get married so bad. Sometimes it's unhealthy. I'm trying to do better with that. Hence this video. I guess I could touch more on the subject of how I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong to believe that, honestly. Because I know God's looking out for me, and I just don't listen a lot of times. A lot of times I just do it my way. That was the big issue, was rather than waiting, I know he's not going to drop a girlfriend on my lap or something like that. Oh, honestly, that sounds pretty weird. I mean, a girlfriend at my doorstep that's just going to instantly want to be with me. I know that's probably not how it's going to be, but I was trying way too hard, going out, dancing, dating sites, Facebook, all these things. I was trying way too hard. Trying way too hard to go outside of what he probably was wanting me to do, and that is probably to just wait and get myself fixed up. Because I am still hurt from the last breakup. And it's funny, because I had a girlfriend after her, and that ended so well. It was the best breakup I've ever had. She basically was too busy and didn't want to be with me because she felt that she was feeding me scraps of her time. And it really sucked, because I'm like, oh gosh, dang it. Why does this awesome girl have to break up with me for the best reason possible? And she matched me, too. She kissed me first, which was an amazing feeling that had never been done before. And just, she invited me to things. She was local. She was great. But I saw her recently and talked to her, and we had a good conversation. We asked how the other was doing, and she's doing good. She's got a job, and a step up from where she was last time, so I know she's achieved what she wanted, but I lied. Told her I was doing okay, and, well, I'm not. I'm decent. Very, very decent. But I mean, you don't just tell your ex that. It's not their problem anymore. So I didn't want to do that to her. But I tried talking to her more, tried just texting her a little bit, and, just let her know I enjoyed talking to her just so she knows it wasn't like oh, I was only talking to her because you're my ex and I should probably talk to you. No, I let her know like I was really glad she was doing well. But it ended at that. I don't know what I expected. I just hoped there'd be a little more of something. But there wasn't. And that's on me for getting my hopes up. Because there's no obligation. She's not supposed to. Once again, probably wrong for trying to go that way. She broke up with me for a reason. So, yeah. Oh, and FYI, I broke up with the first ex because she wasn't good for me. Lots of toxic things. Man, I sound depressed. Oh well. It's kind of the point. Real, raw, unedited, candid rants and conversations about real subjects. Because I kind of get sick of listening to fake voices and people that are just faking it. I'm not faking it. I'm not okay. Haven't been okay for a long time. Will I ever be okay? Who knows? I like to think I will be. And I mean okay in the sense of like how I feel, because I know that obviously like I'm okay in the sense of I have a home, I have a PS5, I have my Bible, I have God. I'm okay in that sense. Okay in the sense of am I walking the best spiritual walk I could be walking? Nope. Am I sacrificing enough for God? Also no. That I need to be doing better with as well. So, I mean, what I really need to be doing, maybe this is where y'all could really learn something, is making a lot of changes. Because I felt this need to move out of my parents' house. And yeah, I live at my parents' house, but I'm not like a couch potato. I game sometimes. Like, I probably a little too much recently, which I really need to do it more for the purpose of these videos rather than just gaming all the time. But I work 40 hours a week. I'm an apprentice electrician. I'm pretty good at my job. Make some mistakes, of course, but I'm pretty good at what I do and I like it. But I need to stop treating that like, oh, that's my accomplishment for the day, because really what I do there barely benefits me. You know, like I come home after that and that's that, and then I think I get to relax all day when really I need to come home and I need to work out. I need to work out. I need to work on my music and I need to work on videos. And I need to be working on stuff that's going to get me to the point where I don't have to work that job anymore. And not that it's even a bad job, just that I want to be free. I don't want to work for somebody else my entire life or even work for a company. Like, I just want to do my own thing. We weren't meant to live like that. I mean, sometimes, yes. Like, okay, hold on. Like, we're meant to work for God. You know, like, there's that. But I mean, like, back then, the family was like the strongest thing ever. You know, you had families, they had their own homes, the wife was the master of the house. Now, of course, the man was the man of the house and he led the family, but while the man was out doing his job and protecting and farming and all these other things, the woman was keeping it all in order for him, so that when he comes home, that it's all still intact and still organized and great. And then he would come home and bring the food. And then he'd go and sell the food. And he'd hire workers, yes, but like, you know, it wasn't the same as like a 9 to 5. And if anything, I'm sure it was more so like, oh gosh, that part's funny. I forgot. Oh yeah, I'm watching the video as I'm recording this, and I forgot the creeper snuck up on me right there. Literally a movie moment of there are monsters nearby. Huh? Behind you. Ah! And then, but yeah, like, you know, it was so different back then. We were not meant to have this constant 9 to 5 grind of going to work every single day like this. Just not in the same way. Because I know, like, they worked a lot back then too. But it wasn't, today it feels more like a trap, you know? Especially that we're all taught to think, like, you gotta go get a job and go work for a different company. Working for yourself isn't always the right thing. Which I'm like, I really need to do that. I really want my own company. So that's what I'm going to be working on. My friend and I were talking. We have a men's accountability group, and it's not doing so good. No one's being accountable. Me too. I'm not being accountable either. So, heck, if y'all got ideas, if anybody watching this, please share. I'd love to hear them. So he and I need to figure out a way to get this group going because he thinks the men are stuck in our group. And honestly, yeah, I'm stuck. He's kind of stuck. Stuck by definition. Stuck, not mentally. He's about to get on a roll. I can feel it. So he and I want to get moving more. And I need to write myself up a routine and a schedule, something to actually stick by. Because I keep trying to read the Bible either in the morning or at night, and I don't. I freaking don't. And I really need to do better with that. So I need to pick a time, or both. Morning and night would probably be great. And honestly, on my lunch break as well. So probably, oh man, if I did it morning, lunch, and night, that would be great. Heck, I'm going to write that down real quick while I've got that up. Come on, notes. Just going to put in all caps, routine. And I'm going to do Bible morning, lunch, and night. Yeah, I don't want to forget about that, honestly, because if I don't write it down, and I need to write it down on paper, because typing is not the same at all. It's close, but not quite the same. So yeah. Dang, I've almost filled up this whole video. Also got a little bit of a cough as I'm recording this. I apologize. Oh yeah, so accountability. We're just trying to move forward with our lives and not be kids anymore. Because we're stuck. We're absolutely stuck in between being kids and adults, and I hate it. Because I just don't want to be where I'm at right now. Which is kind of the whole point, isn't it? Because that's what's going to drive me forward to get out of here is where I don't want to be is going to help me get to where I want to be. Like I want freedom. And I know that, of course, like if I run my own business, it's going to be different. But if I do it that way, it's going to be a little better. It's not going to be where I'm working underneath somebody and it has to be done this way. It's going to be more, okay, there's legal terms and stuff like that, but I can do it my way. My business, my rules, this is how I want it done, and I want to do it this way. And of course, like there's always going to be somebody working for somebody. So of course I'm going to have my own apprentices and employees, but I don't know. I'd love for it to feel more like a family business if possible. Hopefully, who knows, something not so corporate and, just strict business. Or even a family business would be great. And honestly, I struggle with creativity and the fact that I have too much of it. And yeah, I'm going to be cocky here. I've got quite the skill tree of I know how to cosplay, I know how to write music, I know how to write, I know how to draw a little bit. Basically, I've got so many creative tools that I could literally design almost anything. Like I could make an entire video game or movie if given the time. Probably a movie first. A video game's pretty hard. But that's what I just don't know what I want to do. There's so many things I want to do. I want to make videos like this. I want to write music. I want to make movies. I want to make video games. And who's to say I can't do all of it, I guess? Because, take Markiplier. I mean, he was just a YouTuber. And then one day he decided, heck, I'm going to make a movie. And he did. He made Iron Lung. One of the most badass independent films I've ever seen. And he did a great job. I'd love to be that. Of course, it's going to take time. And, and maybe that's it. Maybe I just make the one really good video game. I don't have to make video games my entire life. That's the other thing is people label each other and do all these things of oh, he's a game designer. Oh, he's a composer. He just does this. But really, I just want to be classified as an artist. I've got so many things I'm passionate about. I play guitar, acoustic and electric, That's already two things. That's not just one. That's just, my brain, it's going too fast. Words aren't keeping up right now. I don't It's like I need to stop putting myself in a box, because that's what I do too. Is I put myself in a box, and so many people do, and we don't need to be put in a box. You know, we just need to feel free to do what we want, as long as it lines up with God, of course. Because people trap themselves in a box all the time about all sorts of stuff. They think I can't do this because I'm not creative, but creative is a skill, not a gift. Yes, it's a gift at first too, but it's still a skill. I can't tell you how many times that one day I wrote an entire song in a couple hours because it wrote itself, and one day where I was a complete blank slate and didn't write a single thing worth mentioning. Man, I rant and I forget the whole point of what I was talking about, but I guess that's the whole point of this, is to not care, just talk. Let somebody listen. I need to keep talking about how I'm wrong. Now, I guess I need to talk about God more. Where to begin? I'll try to talk about him more in the next one, because if people don't stick around till the end, like, they're not gonna know that I'm talking about him right now. But man, I have not been living for him at all. Little bits and scraps is what I've been giving him. And like all the things I said that I need to be doing better are the things I don't do, and are the things that he wants me to be doing, and I know it. He wants me to work out. He wants me to be fit. He probably wants me to fast sometimes. I don't even fast for him. Like, come on. That's not even that hard. You know, skipping a meal on a day. It's not that hard. And here I am, not doing it. I just need to pick one thing at a time, you know? Picking so many things at a time is probably what hurts and makes it harder, is trying to, do it all at once is just going to make it tiring and exhaust myself out instantly. So that's probably one of the reasons why I'm struggling so much, is because I'm trying to do it all at once. When in reality, I just need to focus on one thing at a time. So honestly, I think I'll start with two things. I'll start with YouTube, doing this, because this isn't hard. Sitting here, watching my gameplay and talk during it, not hard at all. This is not hard. So I can do this a couple times a week, maybe 4 or 5 times a week, who knows? Regularly enough that hopefully I blow up someday. But I can do this. And probably work out as well is another one. But that's another basic one. I need something more foundational. Like, you know what? I need to try designing new products for my shop. That's what I need to do. Excuse me. I need to keep doing that. I don't know. I'll figure out a plan. I'll talk about my plan next video. But I guess that's all I've got for now. I don't know how long these will always be and all that, but sometimes they'll be long, sometimes they'll be short little 5-minute snippets. But either way, thank you for watching. I hope you'll have a good day. God bless. Please leave a comment if you've got any questions or if there's anything you want to touch base on, because I'll expand on topics that y'all want to talk about too. But already, thank y'all for watching. Bye.